Hey y'all, here I am in the heart of deep East Texas. Check it out. We had a little cold snap. It got real cold last night, the night before. I don't think we got a hard frost or a hard freeze or anything like that, but it was pretty cold. I think all my little fruit trees out there that are just starting to bud and open up, they'll be okay. I'm gonna go out and look around in the garden, feed the birds, and I think I'm gonna take care of checking on my worm bins today. I watched a cool video a couple days back, and then I came across some cardboard. If you're not already subscribed to London Worms and Gardens, you ought to check it out. It's a real cool channel. The guy does a lot more than just tending worms, but he does a lot of interesting stuff with his worm bins and does some experimenting. The last video that I saw, I think it's his most recent one, was cardboard only in his worm bins. And what he did, it was a update video, and what he did, he started a worm bin with nothing inside it, no bedding except for cardboard. And he wet the cardboard down, put a little bit of worm schmutz in there, and just a handful of worms, not even a big bag or anything. And then he set it aside, and I guess for 6 months or a year, I can't remember how long it was, he just let it be. Didn't feed it, didn't add any bedding or anything to it. And then the video is him opening up and showing you the cardboard and the worms, and it looked really neat. But I'm not going to go that severe with just having a strictly cardboard worm bed, but I am going to add a bunch of cardboard to my worm beds, and I've also shredded up a whole lot of paper.
All I do is work, 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 work. See me do the work, 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 work. All Timmy do is work, 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 work.
And I'm going to put them together, get the worm bins topped off, put in a bunch of coffee grounds and any kitchen scraps I've got. I've been saving up some coffee grounds. I got 2 or 3 cans full. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. And I'll show you after I get done. And then I'll show you all the plants and how they're doing, the tomatoes. And I got some pepper sprouts from the pepper seeds I started, but something interesting. Only one of the variety of peppers is sprouting. And I don't know if the others are just going to take a while. I have a theory, though. The peppers that are sprouting were the little sweet ones that were yellow and red, so they were already ripe. And the other peppers were a green jalapeno, a pepper thing. Maybe they weren't ripe. Maybe their seeds weren't ready, and that's why they're not germinating. I don't know. I'm going to give them a little more time, but I do have some of those little pepper, sweet pepper plants, which really were my favorite of the 4 anyway. So that's all I get from that little experiment. That's fine. But there'll be other peppers to be had, pepper plants to be had. So anyway, I'll show those to you too. But let's go out back and see what's growing on. Okay, this messy pile over here are a few of my worm bins. I didn't have the camera with me when I loaded them up with the coffee grounds and the shredded paper. Did that in these 2 here. They've each got a first level in there that's got worm castings and worms, and then this new level is the newspaper and coffee grounds. And this great big one over here is kind of the love shack of worm bins. And I threw the cardboard in there, and what's left of the paper. And they have some bok choy greens in there and some coffee grounds. I'm not going to water the paper down just yet. I'm going to let the coffee grounds soak in and kind of humidify everything without dousing it. If I have to make it wet, I will. But it should be fine. So we'll see how long it takes that cardboard to break down in there. And it's kind of neat. It's not what the London Worms and Garden guy was doing, but I'm just going to try some cardboard in my worm bin. Got a lot of weeding to do, but still got some time. All right. Well, that'll do it for today. I'll keep you informed on how those worms do and how those peppers come along. And I'll see you next time in the garden.